Welcome to 97.7 FM, another edition of Cityscape. Today we have an amazing show in store for you. We've got some lovely artists that came by to visit us. Now, each one has visited us in the past individually as solo artists, but today they're here representing a new project and they're here to share with us. We've got Lizette Marie who's visiting us. This is the second time you've been with us.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Happy
welcome.
to be back. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Welcome. And we want to welcome Christian Clement.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And so he's here. He's been here with us a few years back, right?
Yeah.
And you were also representing a different project or your own?
Yeah, I got my own band called Moon Rabbit. We've been around playing in the Valley for a better part of a decade, and we're also introducing our band called Dream Crush that me and Lizette have together.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So today they are representing Dream Crush, a new project from Lizette and Christian. And so tell us all about it. What is this project called? How did this project develop, or how did you guys get started?
Basically, we've known each other in the scene for a long time. Her brother has been throwing shows, John King, for about 10 years plus. He would always book us. He would always book her. We never met, but around two and a half years ago, we started dating. We met at a show at the Kraken in Brownsville. And with a couple months down the line, we decided that we should probably do something together because, what would be better than to, play music with your partner and go out there and, record and release stuff together and kind of share that love for music. And, it's been great ever since. And, what do you think? Do you like it?
I love it. Yes, it's super fun to collaborate with your partner. Like, music is what brought us together, and we have a love for music. And definitely we collaborated on writing. That was one of the first times I think we actually hung out, was we just collaborated on making music together for fun. And so this is how the project came about.
So tell me about the genre. What genre you guys perform with your new project?
Yeah, the genre of Dream Crush is definitely a nostalgic early 2000s
pop punk
kind of vibe. Yeah, definitely fun, upbeat. Nothing too complicated, just alternative pop punk rock from the early 2000s that we grew up with. I was born in 91, so early 2000s, Blink-182, all that stuff was definitely a big influence. That's not really what we play in our own projects, but we've always had a love for it. So
for sure.
It also just kind of came about by itself. It wasn't planned, but we heard it. It hit the string, and we just kind of went with the vibe, and it's been really good so far. So we're not sure if we're going to stick with that vibe for the whole album or anything, but we would like to, but also leaving the freedom of creativity for whatever happens, in the next song, whatever we feel comfortable and we want to sing and write about, then that's what we'll do.
Absolutely.
Now, you sent us two of your songs, right, for this project?
We have one single out. It's called How Far We've Come.
Okay, and that's the one you sent me, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to play that as soon as the show ends. We're going to release it and play it here. And so tell me about that project, about that particular song.
How far we've come. Honestly, we would just jam out in my living room, right? And just kind of collaborate, see what would come up, get creative. What I really love about this project is there's really no pressure to do a certain thing or be a certain genre. We're literally just experimenting and having fun with it. So he came up with the guitar riff, and then I just kind of sing along to it. And it's basically about appreciating, your journey, maybe you're not perfect, maybe you mess up sometimes, and you're still gonna make mistakes, but you still gotta honor where you are at now, how far you've come, so I really like that this is our first single together. I think it really embodies who we are, and I really love this song.
So now tell me about the second one that you sent in, because we're gonna play that one as well.
That would be your song.
Right. So the second song we sent is from my band Moon Rabbit. Like I said, we've been around for a long time, playing pretty much anywhere in the Valley that you can play. We've probably played. And the song's called Ghetto Bird. And it's just a very strong rock and roll kind of song. It's hard to explain rock and roll. You could ask somebody, what is rock and roll? I mean, anyone could say anything. But it's aggressive. It's got,
super high energy.
Yeah, high energy, fast-paced vibe. Definitely the song that I like to open with at some shows, just to kind of get the confidence from the crowd. It's a right away, right off the bat, you're gonna feel something. And it's definitely a fun song. We have it on our Spotify under Moon Rabbit 956, and we're about to release a full album here coming in May. So that's the song. It's called Ghetto Bird.
Didn't you write it about somebody? Or
Yeah, it was
is
kind of about a friend. Ghetto Bird's an old skating trick.
Yeah.
But then I later found out that 50 Cent had a song called Ghetto Bird, and I was just kind of like, whoops.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well,
That's
song
cool.
names aren't that copyrighted. So.
Probably not the same Ghetto Bird.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, we're pushing forward. The Dream Crush thing, like she mentioned earlier, there's no pressure there, and that's kind of like such a relief because there's so much pressure for your own project, especially when you do all the work and stuff. Like to have this side project, yeah, we've kind of maybe slacked off a little bit on consistently, maybe writing more, releasing more, but it'll come when it comes. And for now, we're starting to feel that vibe come back, and we're probably going to release another song for Dream Crush soon. We have at least 3 or 4 ideas that we're ready to put in the studio. We're just kind of waiting for the right moment.
Definitely.
You mentioned something about no pressure, and that's really usually that's when artists create their biggest masterpieces. And you are simply just doing it for the love of simply doing that art, and so there's no pressure. There's no there's you're just doing it for fun, and that's usually when it comes out of the heart, and that's usually when we do it. So I'm really looking forward to what you guys are going to be putting together.
Thank you.
Yeah, the no pressure thing, and it's so true. I had a moment a long time ago where I noticed, like, I'm playing music for people all the time, and it's great. It's such an amazing thing. But I told my friend one time, I was like, dude, I remember when I used to play this music for me, like when I was writing the songs, like to make me feel better in a certain time, at a certain moment. And all of my best songs came from those times when it was like just me by myself in my room, feeling a certain type of way, played something that made me feel just better in general. And yeah, playing for yourself, and that's without pressure. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like, the best things definitely come out. So I agree with you. 100%.
And I don't think the song took a very long time to write either. Like it was pretty effortless too, and I think that's what really is good. Like when we have a good connection as people, like obviously like we're in a relationship, it just kind of came about effortlessly as well. So
yeah, it could easily be a lot tougher, like trying to figure out like, oh, where does this go, where does that go? We just kind of like let it fly. And I think a strong point that I noticed was like giving her confidence when she's writing all the lyrics and stuff like that. I'm just like, hey, I like that. And she'll kind of maybe write to me and be like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, no, I really like that. Let's keep that. And then once you give each other confidence, I mean, just like in anywhere, in a workplace, here, it's just like it kind of gives you the more steady mind to like move forward and just like not stay on a thought like, oh, is this good? Is it bad? Like, no, someone you trust is giving you confidence, and now we can move forward together and create something.
Definitely.
Well, as singers, songwriters, musicians, artists, what advice do you give to someone watching out there that loves it, that has a passion for this, and that want to get into this industry?
I would say just get out of your head, because I feel like that's what Christian is really helping out with a lot. Is like I feel like we have different styles of songwriting. Like he's very free flowing, candid in the moment. I feel like I'm a little bit more like, oh, I want structure. I want like, I want to know what's happening. I want a structure to it. But I feel like you gotta not put so much again pressure on the song, and like let it be what it's gonna be. Like go for it. Go to open mics. I feel like open mics are the best to go to, especially when you're starting out, to get comfortable being in front of an audience, trying out material, seeing what works, what doesn't. So like you're never going to be perfect at this, and music is always like a never-ending learning journey. So just like don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and there are really no mistakes. It's art. It's objective. Like you can't say it's wrong or right. It's just music. Like it's expression, and you just got to put yourself out there.
No, yeah. I think definitely like just play as much as you can. That is definitely, it's like the gym. Like you're gonna get as much out of it as you give into it, and play for yourself. Like I said earlier, like don't go into it with an idea like, oh, I want to be this, or I want to do that, or I want to accomplish this. I mean, it's good to have dreams and everything, but most importantly, play for yourself. Play because it's something you want to do. Like even if it starts as a hobby and maybe it builds to something more, but play for yourself and put in the hours, put in the time, and you're going to be happy with the outcome for sure.
You just gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, enjoy it.
That's great advice. Thank you for sharing that with our audience. Now, what's next for your projects, either as the Dream Crush or individual artists? What do you have coming up next? Are you guys back in the studio, or you guys have anything in particular that you're working on?
Yeah, personally this year, it's starting to feel like it's time to kind of like get down and start to really put in work that I've been procrastinating, like everybody procrastinates, for whether it be a lack of like, structure, or your emotion wasn't there. It's time to just like kind of put everything aside and just say like, you know what, it's time to just lock in and just go all the way. So yeah, I'm planning to, like, we only have one single out on Spotify right now. We have another recorded, going to release it in a couple weeks, but by May I want to have the full album out. And also we're recording in Brownsville with Creative Cave, who's just amazing. I mean, wow, the sound that we got there was just so good. So I talked to him the other day. We're planning to release the album by May. And honestly, I'm looking around for a tour manager. I'm just trying to start talking to people, start networking, because like no one's ever going to give you anything. And you look at yourself now, and you don't have to be unhappy with where you're at, but where you want to be, and time's flying. So time to get a move on. Minimum, just even a Texas tour, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, all the cities, and a couple of those, and meet some people, network, let them get to know you. You get to know them. You get to know the venue owners. They hear what they like. You turn some heads when you're playing. I think anything's possible. So we're really going to push forward this year. So basically release an album and play a little bit outside the city in Texas or wherever we can tour. That's definitely
yeah.
Well, when you get ready to release your album, please let us know. We want to welcome you back for another interview, and we want to release it here. We'll have your release party here. You can invite some friends. You can invite some fans to come out, and we'll have a release party here at the McCown.
Super down. Absolutely. Love it here.
So now, how can your fans get a hold of you guys?
So on Instagram, I'm XO Lisette Marie, and Facebook also Lisette Marie. I have music on Spotify under Lisette Marie. That's Lissette. I know people misspell it, but yeah, that's pretty much. You'll see where my gigs are at. I do have a cover band where we play locally at bars and venues around the valley. Just like Christian had said, I'm really hoping to go on tour, get a little bit outside of McAllen, Austin, Houston, Dallas, wherever they'll take me. I'm down to jam, whether it's covers or original music. So I just want to see where music takes me. Yeah.
And are you in the studio working on anything in particular?
Right now I think I'm more into songwriting, because I've like I said, I have a cover band, so that takes up a lot of time, like learning and practicing songs. Like I feel like the cover band music, it's super fun, but it is more catered to an audience. Like you're there to hype up the venue, you're there to entertain people. So it's not something that I need to step more back into the songwriting again. And because I released an album, I released a couple singles, and then I took a break from that. Then we're working on Dream Crush. So I think I just need to get back into songwriting a little bit more, and then hit up the studio for sure.
Yeah, and I want to say, I know I mentioned about all the stuff about Moon Rabbit, but as far as Dream Crush, like, as well as I'm feeling the same way about moving forward and being productive with Moon Rabbit, Dream Crush, like I said, it's no pressure, but it's also like it's been some time since we released our single, How Far We've Come. They're on Spotify under Dream Crush, and we have at least 3 or 4 more songs, and it just really comes down to like how much you want to put into it. Also, there's a financial responsibility, like to get high quality in the studio. It costs some good money, but I think also in the next month or 2, we should just get back in, and we have that other song, and it's a great song, and at least it's a good step forward, and we can see like, boom, okay, how are we feeling? How are the audience reacting online? And so yeah, for Dream Crush, we're definitely we still want to be a part of that and continue it, and eventually have an album as well, but even a couple singles, a little 3 to 5 song EP, just to kind of make a staple, make it known, like we are here. We are not super active on social media, but people know who we are and where our other projects are, so they know we're busy. But we definitely want to move forward with Dream Crush as well. Like I said, that song that we wrote, the How Far We've Come, I mean, I can listen to it all the time. Truly, for me, it's like one of those, not just an early 2000s song, but like an early 2000s soundtrack of a movie kind of thing.
Right.
I feel that way when I listen to it, and that's what made me smile when we made it. So definitely going to move forward with Dream Crush as well.
And we want to make a video too.
Yeah, we started with the video, but it looks great actually. We just haven't finished it.
Soon. I think that's my next goal for us, is like the video, and then like other songs for sure. It's all coming. It's all happening at the same time.
Fantastic. If you don't have anyone to help you, let us help you with the music video part also as well. We have a side project also called Film in Valleywood, and so we're here to promote the Valley as a place to come and shoot your movies, shoot your music videos. So we're in contact with a lot of a lot of actors, a lot of crew members, a lot of directors, producers.
Awesome.
So let us know. We'd like to help you.
Thank you for giving
have a
us like
blast.
the platform to speak about our projects and to help us out in the future. That would be amazing for sure.
That's what we're all about. We're all about promoting local talent. We're all about promoting independent artists. We're all about promoting up and coming artists and artists such as yourself. That you guys have been doing this for such a long time. You guys are successful in different projects, and then you're coming together. And so it's a beautiful thing that is happening here in the Rio Grande Valley in recent years, and the whole music scene and in
It's
the film
exploded.
scene. Yes,
Yeah.
it's exploded, and so it's neat. I'm excited to.
There's a lot
to
of
see what
talent
else
here
is. Yeah,
in the
there
valley.
is.
I'm proud of it.
There is. And so, the doors are always open here at 97.7 FM. And before we wrap up, is there anything that I might have missed that you want to mention, that you want to talk about?
Follow us on Instagram, Dream Crush Band, and then of course check out our single "How Far We've Come," and it's on Spotify and Apple Music and anywhere else you can find music.
Yeah, definitely. Just happy to be here. Thank you for having us. Definitely nice to have some support down here, just to kind of like help us move forward and reach a bigger audience. Yeah, follow us on Instagram. We're always playing. We play. My band Moon Rabbit plays every Saturday at the Walrus, 10 to 11. After that, it's emo nights, and they play amazing songs from the early 2000s as well, and it's super great. And yeah, just thank everybody for all the support, and we got some big moves coming, and I hope you guys are here to back us up and know that we're trying to represent the Valley in a good way, and some big bands got to come out of here. And there's been some big bands in the past and some friends of ours that have done some big things, and they kind of paved the road for us, and it's time to take advantage of that and try to make some big moves. So I just appreciate everybody, and yeah, stay tuned for some good things.
That's right. Well, if you're watching, if you're listening to us, go out and check them out. And all the 3 different projects represented here in this small tiny booth. So big talent, tiny booth.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, go out and represent. And we love the way you guys are representing the Rio Grande Valley. Thank you. And go out and show some love to them, to the artists at the different venues where they're playing at. Follow them on social media. Check out their music on Spotify, and keep listening to 97.7 FM. We welcome you guys back. As many times you want to come back, the doors are always open here at 97.7 FM.
We love it here. It's the best.
I think. And we've got a show coming up, I think, in April that we're trying to organize in the city of Harlingen, I believe. So you have an open invitation to come out and join us at that event. It's going to be a community event downtown Harlingen, and so we're organizing that. We'll keep you guys up to date and on the latest development of that particular show. We're going to plan one for Harlingen and one here in the Upper Valley. So, so hope to see y'all there, and hope to see all of you guys there. And keep following these artists, amazing artists like the ones here in the studio, and keep watching and listening to 97.7 FM, the city.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Peace out.